KELS, what's going on? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
That's good. Doing good. Blessed,
Yeah.
sister. Blessed. Definitely. Let's talk to him, KELS. You
All
living or
right.
you surviving?
Right now, I'm surviving.
Real.
Yeah, but I'm living on stage.
Well,
So every time I'm
I
on
love it.
stage, I feel like I'm at the Grammys, you know?
Come on now. I love it.
But
I
when
love
I'm in my car, like I literally like got ready in my car for this.
Really?
You know, I worked all day
ahead,
cleaning
go ahead.
houses, you know, but I never take off the artist hat, so I still feel like KELS when I'm at these
Come
houses
on.
cleaning,
I
you
love
know,
it.
in my mind.
Real.
But if I have to be honest, I'm surviving.
Real.
I'm
Respect.
surviving.
Respect. That's
But
what's up.
it's pushing me to make like really creative music.
Absolutely.
So I don't know if that's worth it
That is.
or not
Come
yet.
on now. You know it is. It is for sure. That's what's up.
Yeah,
KELS.
I'm
Let's
like,
talk to him.
damn. Let's
Definitely.
speed this up.
That's right. For sure, kids. For sure. That's what's up. Welcome to the Integrity Response with your brother, CEO Khacki. Every individual sitting across from me doesn't believe in being typical, ordinary, or familiar. They're elite, meaning society's norms don't sit well with them. They believe in raising the bar for themselves, family, and for those they may never meet. From those in humble beginnings to those in the midst of greatness and legends who've paved the way. With a comedic edge, I will ask the questions that hold value, and I believe we'll gain insight to the real them. It's the Integrity Response. Let's take them back. So before singing, before songwriting, at the age of 9, what did you want to be?
I picked very like safe careers like art teacher,
Gotcha.
veterinarian.
Right.
I just had a soft spot for like animals and art.
Gotcha.
Which was always like in proximity to music.
It does, absolutely.
I always knew I would be a singer, but I never thought that was like a main thing.
Like it was.
When I was younger, I never
Right.
realized that it could like be like your whole being.
Absolutely.
So I think that actually caused me like in my teens and like into my college years to be very lost.
Gotcha.
Because I didn't fully accept
Your
my
calling, your
destiny.
absolutely.
And And
Real.
once I did, it's like even though I'm doing things that I don't necessarily want to be doing, like cleaning houses every day, it doesn't bother me.
Because you
This
know.
is getting me to the
Yes,
next
I love
step.
it. I love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But before that, when I was kind of running from it, I was chasing like a lot of distractions.
Gotcha.
Trying to like go on trips all the time,
Right.
or like, oh no, I just need to go do something or start a new business or do this. And it's like, no, I just actually wasn't fulfilling what I was supposed to be doing.
Real.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Gotcha. What about siblings? Do you have any siblings?
A younger brother, yeah.
Gotcha. How much younger is he than you?
2 years.
Two.
So
Okay. So y'all
he's
grew up
an
together.
engineer.
Right. Okay. Awesome. Shout out to him. That's what's
Yeah.
up. Definitely. Gotcha.
Not even close.
Not even close.
To the same,
Absolutely.
but that's why
right.
we're like best friends, because
That's
we're
awesome.
not similar in
Definitely.
those ways. I'm his older sibling, but he acts like the older sibling.
Right. He protective, as he should be. That's right.
Not
For
even
sure.
just that, but like responsible. You know,
Right,
like I took
gotcha.
the risks.
Go ahead.
I took the risks with like being a creative, with taking this path that's very
Absolutely.
uncertain.
Absolutely.
And he took the very like,
The concrete
Straight
path.
and
Absolutely.
narrow.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's real.
and he's always just like, you're a mess. And I'm like, yes.
How does he feel about your career, about your voice, about your talent?
He is a very unimpressed individual.
Oh, he's like that.
It's like if I'm not at the Grammys, it's like,
What do
okay,
you do?
okay,
Gotcha.
like
Wow.
cool.
Ain't
You
that
know,
something?
but like most of my family is like that, so it's like it's actually really good for me.
Go ahead.
It keeps me grounded.
Real.
Because
Absolutely.
they're not like over the moon every single time something big happens.
Absolutely.
But it's also like sometimes,
Hey, come on now.
celebrate.
I am KELS. Right. Come on now.
But like to them, it's just like, oh yeah, she can sing.
Right.
You know,
Ain't
like
that
they've
something?
always known.
Wow.
So
That's good.
I
That's
mean,
a good balance.
it's a split. Like some of
Absolutely.
my family, it's like they
Gotcha.
already know
Right,
where
right.
it's going.
Absolutely.
And some of my family's like, oh okay. And then like once I'm like up there, they'll be like, oh shit.
Absolutely. Right.
She really did
But
that.
your dad
Yes.
also has a voice.
Yeah, and
can
he
sing.
is my number one fan.
Come on, man. I love it. I love
He's
it.
always like, I could sing that song better than
Right,
you. I'm like,
right.
well, I wrote it.
That's
so.
awesome. Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
So,
no, he's
he
great.
never pursued
No,
his,
he never did.
It was just a God-given gift. Just
He was very shy to like
Gotcha.
show that to the world.
wow.
So he took the safe route of just like getting a job and like loving to sing.
Right,
And so
right.
that scared him a lot when I was like, this is what I'm
What I
doing.
do.
Yeah. And he really got on board once I started doing my tours, those 2 years of touring where I was like going around the country. I did 75 shows and he was going to some shows and he was like, oh, okay, like people know your music, want to sing your music. It's not like a gig where people are like requesting covers, like they came for you.
Wow.
And he's like, okay, I get it now. Yeah. Wow. He just didn't want me to have rejection.
Understand.
Which is what most parents like
That's a
really
fact.
stray away from. So like they really pushed me to like go to college and all that.
That's
I hated every minute of that.
Absolutely. I did my research. I heard. Absolutely. That's right.
Yeah, but I got a business degree, so I'm a business person first.
That's right. That's right.
I am, and I built businesses, and this is also a business.
That's right.
So
absolutely.
It helps me a lot.
That's right. I love
Even
it.
though I wish I didn't do any of
Gotcha.
that part.
But you certain times like you actually knew, veering off, but now you're locked in.
Yeah, it took a while for me, like I said, to even come clean to myself that like this is what I'm going to do, because it's a very scary thing.
I was gonna get
to
there.
Accept.
Absolutely. How do you feel right now? Do you feel free?
Yeah.
Come on.
Totally.
I love it.
Because right now, again, like I'm working a job that is my business.
Right.
I'm cleaning houses, but it's, I'm
Your
my
time.
own boss.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
If I want to say, hey, I'm going to Miami for 2 weeks, I could. Well, I wouldn't be making any money, but
that freedom.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think I need to continue that as long as I can until it doesn't make sense anymore.
Real. The entrepreneur spirit. Where do you draw that from?
Probably my dad as well.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
He's
awesome.
always been a talker of like, anytime we would go to a restaurant, like, oh, wouldn't it be great if they did it this way? Wouldn't it be great if,
Absolutely.
Like, there was just always ideas that we always talked about.
Real.
And he was always very big on don't talk about stuff you're not going to do. And that's why he was so, I think, hesitant when I started talking about the fact that I was going to be an artist.
Wow.
Was because he's like, don't be saying that if you're not going to
really
do it.
Wow.
So.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You're pretty hard on yourself.
Yes.
You've always been. Yes, you are. Absolutely.
I'm the oldest sibling.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. And like, I grew up Catholic.
Yes.
So in that culture, it is its own culture, to be honest.
Yes.
Like, I went to Catholic school.
Right.
By the time I left, there was like 8 kids in my class.
Oh, wow.
Like, it was like a very small community.
Absolutely.
And I would just say that culture like really promotes like staying in line, not doing anything that veers, not drawing attention to yourself. So like once I really like stepped out of that, it was very foreign to me. I didn't grow up in like an environment where it was like promoted to be this way. Yeah.
Do you feel like, the word rebel, do you feel like you are a rebel?
I don't know. Like, see.
Or you just yourself, like free?
Yeah, like, now you're talking about hard on myself. I'm like, It's like, I don't even think that I'm doing anything remarkable right now. You know what I mean? Like, I'm
That's
just
crazy.
being me. Like,
just.
Yeah, I try to like really stay grounded with that. I really do.
You
because
walked
I'm
in,
competitive.
You walked in, we were watching the Grammys.
Mm-hmm.
I did my homework. You vision yourself. A lot of people don't even vision themselves on that platform. And you do.
Of course.
So you have to be hard on yourself, right? Go ahead.
Yeah, but like honestly, like really think about everybody that, not even just in music, but like anybody that's done anything.
Absolutely.
They're not their biggest cheerleader.
Wow.
Like they don't, like how I view it is they don't dwell on their failures, but they also don't dwell on their successes.
Don't get too high on the highs, don't get too low on the lows.
What I could do is be like, I'm taking the year off. I just spent 2 years touring independently, 75 shows. I'm just going to take a break. No, you can't. You have to just be like, okay, I did that. Next. What's the goal for this year?
Wow.
So
that's something. Let's go backwards. What about sport? Did you play any sports growing up?
That's where the competitiveness
came
from.
Okay. What sport?
My dad, he's a Navy SEAL.
Come on, man. Shout out to him, man. Pops, if you watch, appreciate your service, man. I love it.
He would train us like literally like dogs. He would train us like dogs. Like I was doing triathlons by the time I was like 10 years old.
Come on.
So swimming, biking,
discipline.
and running.
Also, with your brother, the engineering, that discipline
he did that
runs
too.
deep. Go ahead.
But he's very different than me. So like he would do all the stuff, but he would just go through the motions. I was like, I need to win, or I'm going to literally kill myself.
You
like literally,
really?
Yes. And like I'd like pull up to the race like mean mugging everybody. Like there's pictures of that.
Real?
Like yes.
Wow.
And my brother was very much like happy to be here.
Right.
Like energy, and I'm just
absolutely.
like, I'm not happy till I'm first.
Real. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good thing, though.
No, it taught me a lot of discipline and like delayed gratification because
Go ahead.
you can't do a race like that
Without
training every
proper
single
training,
day. I was a
everything,
kid,
diet, everything.
and I was training 4 times a day to do that. But I think that was a distraction for me because I already could sing.
Okay.
I already had all of that. But it was not promoted like in my community, as lack of a better word,
Right.
like within my inner family circle to like, that's what you do is like, just go be an artist. I kind of envy when I see like bigger artists talk about if their family like promoted it, like, oh, you can just go. I'm like, of course. Of course you're going to be great if everyone's just like, go do
you
it.
on from early on.
Yeah, and like, but I made it into a business right away. Like by the time I was 13, I was working on the weekends singing.
Wow.
I would book myself for weddings, coffee shops, restaurants.
So you didn't have fear?
No, but I still viewed it as a business. I never viewed it as, okay, I'm going to be an artist.
Right. You were just using your talent to get you
to get my money
business.
Right.
Right.
Like, what did I need money for at that age?
Like, but that's amazing, though. That is amazing.
Yeah.
Just to be able to.
Always hustling. Always.
You got that from your dad as well?
Yeah.
Entrepreneur hustle spirit, real.
Yeah,
shout out
he's
to
just
him.
a risk taker. My mom, she's an attorney, so she's like very much more like.
Shout out to her. Yeah, like
she was in the army, so I had 2 military parents.
Same here.
Yeah.
Both in the army. Yeah, definitely. Wow, that's something. Definitely. So I know.
I was born in Germany on a military base.
Sis, I was born in Germany in Wurzburg.
Really?
That is crazy.
I was born in Landstuhl.
I'm not
it's
familiar,
like
but
outside of Frankfurt.
Same here, outside of Frankfurt. It's dope, sis. Shout out to KELS.
J. Cole too.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure J. Cole as well. Yeah.
Come on, yeah. I was born in Germany. It's crazy. That is.
I had a German nanny for like the first year of my life, so she only spoke German to me. I speak German too.
Come on.
And Spanish, but.
That's amazing. You have plans on going back?
Yeah, I did 2 years in college there.
What? Come on. What was your major? You said you had a business degree. What was your minor?
I don't think I minored in anything.
Gotcha.
I started in music, so
Okay.
I actually went to a different school. I went to Capital University for like jazz and business.
Right, definitely.
I dropped out after the first year. I couldn't do like the classical music education. Like you
said that.
It ruined the spark.
You said, and
it ruined the spark.
That integrity you have with that, in the sense of like, you said that it kind of, I want to make sure I say it right. You said it kind of ruined the art form in a sense. Like, no, like you know what I'm saying?
You can't learn what I do. You can't learn what the greats do. You can't. Sorry, you just can't.
Go ahead.
It's all about repetition. Like I've done 10,000, 20,000 hours of this shit because I started in jazz.
Absolutely.
So I've been gigging since I was 13.
Wow.
But I just never really took it as my whole being until like about 5 years ago.
Gotcha.
And that's when everything really just
started picking up.
Yeah. As soon as I accepted it.
In 13, you started writing your own music as well.
Yeah. Wow. I hope those songs never
surface.
Honestly, maybe that would be cool though for people to see the progression.
Absolutely.
Some of them are a vibe.
Wow. Definitely.
But I always had this fear of like being seen. So like a lot of artists had put their music on MySpace or on Vine in the early days. And I could have been really like promoting that. I just was scared. And I believe timing, everything happens for a reason.
Maturity, everything.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So like, maybe I did put those out and get signed at an early age. I wouldn't be making the type of music I'm making now. I know I wouldn't.
Understand. It would have been
if I got signed too early, for sure, I would be whatever product they created. I mean, I would have found my way.
Right, but you just like you said,
absolutely. A long ride. And who knows if that ride would have then discouraged me from
to even pursue.
So I mean, everything happens for a reason.
Real.
Yeah.
Do you believe life is a competition?
I don't believe it's a competition because nobody can be better at what you do.
Wow.
I'm competitive in the sense of like I always feel like I'm not doing enough.
Gotcha.
And I don't even say that in the sense of comparing myself to other people, especially artists, because art is like so subjective.
That's a fact.
Especially for me right now, because a lot of artists where I'm at already are signed and have a team.
Gotcha.
And so I really try to stay away from comparing myself because I'm like, okay, well, it's just me. So like, how am I going to compare myself to them and its whole team?
How do you know when you're ready for a team?
I'm ready.
You're ready. Come on.
But, you know, it's slowly building. But again, like, everybody has to feel each other out. This is lifelong relationships.
Absolutely. That's a fact.
So it's not like I don't have a team assembling right now, but it's just like, it's going to take a while to really feel mutually like
absolutely
everybody's on the same page.
That's
because
right.
it's a long
it is a journey.
ride.
That's a fact.
Yeah, it's like getting into a relationship with someone.
It really is.
It's like
absolutely.
dating. Like, I would say I'm dating right now.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. That's right. Absolutely.
Dating. Yeah.
No contracts.
Even with labels too. Like, I've had quite a bit of interest, especially with all the stuff that's been happening with my tour and stuff, and I'm just dating.
Gotcha.
You know,
Respect.
I'm
Respect.
not in a relationship yet.
Gotcha. Real. KELS, have you always known you were born for music entertainment?
Entertainment, music, yes. Music has always come super naturally to me. I've never really formally learned an instrument. I did start taking vocal lessons at 13.
Yes.
But instrumentally, music theory-wise, like, I just kind of can use my ear.
Right.
And I do view my voice as an instrument as
Absolutely.
well. But the entertainment piece was really hard for me.
Gotcha.
Because this started as something for me regardless. And I know you've probably seen performers that go up there and they're not really there for the crowd, they're there for themselves.
Yes.
And it's like really obvious. That came from like repetition of just doing shows because I'm an introvert. Like, I'm not, even interviews, I used to cry. Like, gotcha. I used to straight up cry during interviews because I would just be like, I can't do it.
Was it just, gotcha.
Repetition and like the tour,
absolutely.
honestly, like doing the 75 shows. Before that, like between songs on stage, like I literally would either just go to the next song or be like, yeah, so I hope you like that.
Right, just like.
And I'm like, listen, I would leave this I would leave this concert. I would leave this concert.
Real, absolutely.
I'm probably losing fans. No.
Gotcha. No, real.
But if you do it so many times,
yes.
and like, because I was doing it, like a lot of the dates were like 4 or 5 times a week. Like I'd be like doing shows like Monday to Saturday on the road if cities were close together.
Right.
You can't overthink
absolutely.
it. You're just like on stage.
Wow.
Oh, that line worked. I'm gonna use that again at
gotcha.
that show.
Yep, absolutely.
And so it's kind of like stand-up comedy.
Yep, building your
and I've always loved stand-up comedy. So I just
you watch Kill Tony?
Yes.
Come on.
Yes. Yeah. Kill Tony is cool.
My shit. Absolutely.
But I would say that a lot of the timing and things like that and like the attention grabbers, I use that on stage because I'm like, they don't even have music.
Yes, absolutely.
They just have themselves. So I've always loved comedy.
Commanding the crowd.
But my songs are very heavy. And a lot of shows, I have to remind myself that I'm not there for that. Like, I will just straight up do a stand-up.
Yes, gotcha. Real.
And then I'm like, okay, wait. But this next song is like really heavy. So guys, we need to bring it back.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you know.
So long story short, entertainment-wise, that came from experience.
Gotcha.
And just learning that talent doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It's really about the ruse and like just your relatability.
Wow, that's
I've always been relatable, but I didn't know how to show that I was relatable.
Gotcha.
And again, that's where it changed everything. But also, like the first time I went on stage, like I couldn't open my mouth.
Wow.
Like I was like 9 years old.
Was it okay, gotcha. This was okay.
And like all throughout school, I was never picked to be in any of the like main roles of musicals or plays or anything like that.
You mentioned in Catholic school that you actually kind of separated.
Yeah, I got kicked out of choir.
Gotcha.
All I did was go in, grab the snacks, sing what I want. And they're like, you just gotta go. Yes. I just always hated singing what was on the page. So when I found jazz, which was around 12, or no, maybe earlier than that, I bought my first Ella Fitzgerald CD at Starbucks.
Come on, right.
They had like the greatest hits.
Wow.
And then I bought a Sarah Vaughan CD, and then I bought like one of Sia's very first CDs, Norah Jones, like. And I was like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be singing. I was singing all this other stuff that wasn't really suitable for my voice. And when I did that, I was like, oh, I was just singing the wrong stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Just through finding yourself. That's real. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. You said 5 years ago you started to hone in. 2022, you moved to Atlanta.
Yeah.
So this is the pandemic when you started to hone in.
I know. I had no idea.
Right.
No.
Gotcha.
Literally, I dropped my first single, and then lockdown started.
So you dropped it in January, February.
Right, but it really got me to work because I ended up just really, really writing a lot during that time. And I wasn't even conscious that that's what I was switching to. But I just was like, okay, I don't have any other options right now. If I want to be an artist, what else can I be doing?
Yes.
And those stupid live stream shows, like...
Were you into it?
No.
Gotcha.
Like, you can't replicate that.
It's tough.
You know?
Absolutely.
And so I would do, like I would go live.
Right.
Who knows what that sounded like,
right.
You know?
Gotcha.
But I just really feed off of, like, the energy in the room.
Yes.
I know that at the time, like, we didn't have any other options, but I was like, I'd rather not.
Gotcha.
Real, yeah,
absolutely.
I'd rather sit this one out till I can really do it.
Perfectionist.
Yeah.
That's the part of you.
Yeah, but I would do it just so that I was singing in front of people, because I think that's a muscle too.
Definitely.
Like where people are watching you. You can sing in your room and be the best singer.
That's a fact.
It doesn't matter.
What sparked the move to Atlanta?
Music, really.
Yes,
I mean, Pittsburgh.
Love it.
Pittsburgh is a very like punk rock heavy, metal, alternative, which is cool, but like I had already played like a bunch of festivals, headlined a few, and I was like, okay, these people that are going to these festivals, like they love it, but they're not my target audience, and they wouldn't naturally stream my song. Like they're having a good time because we're at a festival, but like this isn't even my show. So I had like a lot of support like in little pockets, because Pittsburgh still has a jazz community that I was a part of. But I was like, I need to go somewhere that's not New York or LA, that kind of has that appreciation for jazz, soul, and also a little bit of pop. Atlanta was the perfect place, and there's just endless opportunities of performing live.
That is a fact.
And the audiences here, they will let you know.
That's a fact.
See, I've never been on the bad side of that.
Right. But
they are very responsive. Like even music that they don't know, they're going to listen, you know?
So
and
true.
So many cities. I went to 30 cities on my first leg of the tour, and some cities you don't get any feedback, but they love it.
But they won't.
But they won't give you feedback.
Tough crowds. Wow.
You go to Massachusetts, it looks like they're getting a root canal, but then you get off stage and they're like, wow, that's the most amazing thing I've ever heard. I'm like, well, I wouldn't have fucking known. I thought I sucked the entire hour that I was on stage, because you didn't even look me in the eye. But Atlanta,
That's real.
No, and they will talk over people that are not doing it.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah.
So you can't say Atlanta did help with the confidence of performance.
Yeah, it helped me with the confidence, because it was like, okay,
this is why I'm doing it.
Yeah, and I have what it took. I realized, like, once I did a lot of open mics.
Gotcha.
And then I got booked for the jazz festival, and I'm like, dang, like, at the time I had only been there like a year and a half, and I was like, okay, I can do this, you know? I was already on the tour, and so I was like, I just need to keep
going.
Yeah, absolutely. And just send those emails. Like even if I didn't think I was gonna get booked for something, just send the email anyway. I didn't think I would get the Jazz Fest. I thought I was gonna be on some little side stage.
You said you had a 9-minute set.
90. 90. Before Andre. Yeah.
Before Andre 3000.
Yes, I thought I was on like little like community park stage on the side. No, it was like the big Piedmont stage, and so
that is amazing.
That's what really was. It was a spark. That's like, okay, just what's the worst that could happen? Just apply.
Just apply it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
you mentioned before that you kind of go into a little bit of a depression when you're not able to perform a lot.
Yeah.
Isn't that like you really love
this? There's nothing that can replicate it.
You really love it.
What other activity can you do
to,
you know, because like you can find, you know, working out could be a supplement for something that you love, or baking, or
absolutely
whatever people do for hobbies.
Right, absolutely. What you mentioned, you do love to cook.
Yeah, I do, but
yeah.
I think
there's nothing.
No, and like if I don't have stuff booked for a while, I will just pull up to a random open mic and just sing. Because A, it keeps me fresh.
Absolutely.
And B, I just need it.
That's real.
I'm going to do a performance tonight.
Come on, that's what's up. That's dope. Real.
Songwriting competition. Yeah,
Come on.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I need it. I need it in my life.
That's real. Yeah. I love that. I love that. You actually, do you still write just about every day?
Yeah, I would say at least not every day. I'd probably say about 5 days a week.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I've learned to kind of do it while I'm either cleaning or on the way to something. I'll just put beats on, because on the tour I kind of had that downtime to like sit down and write. But now that I'm cleaning full time, it's like I had to learn how to write and multitask.
Yes, absolutely. But
I've also been writing a lot in the booth recently, just like having them put on the beat and just doing it there, because at least there I could like shut out all the distractions.
Absolutely.
I don't need to have my phone in the booth, anything like that.
Real. Wow.
So that's where I've been
what
doing
time of the
a lot.
day do you like to record?
I prefer regular business hours.
Gotcha.
But
absolutely real.
Usually, like right now, I've explained this a few times too, is like in this stage of my career, a lot of people are doing favors for me.
Gotcha.
So it's like I don't really get to decide.
Understand.
When I record, it's
Definitely
whenever
understand.
they want to do it, because they're usually doing me a favor.
Real.
So it's usually at night.
Gotcha.
But I prefer like to go in the studio like a job.
Yes.
You know,
yeah, absolutely.
like come
I love
in,
that.
do
I love
it,
that.
leave.
That's right.
Cook.
Right.
Be a regular
person. Absolutely.
Person at night.
That's real. Like my.
But no, it's just weed smoke and.
Gotcha. All the extra all the extra stuff going on. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm like a lot of the people that go here like wake up at like noon because they've been at the studio
till 3 or 4 in the morning. Yeah. Absolutely. I know.
Like, we're on different
times. Absolutely. That's real. KELS, you once said it all comes down to consistency. Mm-hmm. Scale 1 through 10, currently 2025. What do you rate your grind?
1,000.
Come on now, I love it. Yes. I love it.
See,
I love it.
I'm very hard on myself, but literally this year there has not been a dull moment, and that all started with the Timbaland live stream that I did.
Wow.
I saw that he was going live like 3 times a week. I was always talking myself out of it. Like,
gotcha.
My songs aren't ready. I played him like 2 or 3 unreleased songs. He loved all of them. I'm just like, but it was a good timing again, because the song was ready to be released.
Absolutely. This was during the pandemic, 2021. What was this?
No, this was like.
This is recent.
Yeah.
Oh,
this
come
happened
on.
Last month. Well, you said rate my grind this year. This all happened this year.
I'm thinking you're talking about something, because he used to do that in the pandemic. You're saying this just happened. Go ahead.
Literally, he's still doing it.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, he loved it. Put the song out. That's how my year started, and then after that, just momentum with R&B only. I'm doing their anniversary track with a lot of big artists, and that just came out, and so it's all kind of just coming out at the same time, and I'm trying to keep that momentum going, and I'm trying not to think about it too much, like, oh, I already have stuff out. It's like, what else can I put out? Because people's attention spans are so short.
That is a fact. That is
like,
so true.
Just because I have a song out, that means I need to have a song out next month.
That's so true.
Yeah.
I heard a DJ once say, a song every 6 weeks is necessary. I said, wow, this is a DJ. So
then I need to have my song out next week.
Absolutely. That's real.
I'm doing every other month. That's realistic for me right now.
Okay, for sure. KELS, what is something you learned about yourself in 2024 that was new? I
really care about my environment. Like, I didn't realize how much I cared about my environment, like what the spaces look like that I'm in, even down to what they smell like.
Absolutely.
I'm just I realize how particular I am, which is good and bad, but I'm observant. You know, I'm observant.
Absolutely.
But I also realize I'm not to the point where like I can function in any environment.
Yes.
I just now know myself well enough to know how I perform the best.
Yes.
Which is giving me a leg up in being efficient.
Absolutely.
Because I'm kind of able to operate in any environment. But if I really, really want to be efficient, these are the things that I need
to perform the best. Dope.
Yeah.
So you know yourself.
Yeah, I would say that tour of 2 years really, really helped me know myself.
During that tour, what's something you learned about just people in general?
That people want to know you in real life. Like, I went viral on TikTok in 2022, right when I moved to Atlanta, which I think is because when I moved to Atlanta, TikTok shows the videos to who's in your general location.
Gotcha.
And I think that, you know, like I told you about Pittsburgh before, that's not really like the demographic for my music.
Absolutely.
So I think because I was posting in a new city that they were sending to Atlanta, the videos were doing well because people were interacting because I was in a new city.
Right.
Because they start with your
Absolutely.
your geography or whatever.
Wow.
What was that?
No, you
Oh,
said
yeah, in 2022. So that is why I did my tour, because people were commenting like where to come visit them.
Which is why you
and so I pulled up to literally finding KELS.
Come on now.
And I literally would pull up to these cities, and people just really want that human connection still.
Real.
Like, I could have 1 million followers online, but if I don't know my fans personally, my engagement doesn't really matter.
Wow.
And so I learned that even going to the Beltline, I would go to the Beltline every single weekend when I moved here, and I would play my music on a speaker, have like a QR code, a sign that's like, this is my music. And people just wanted to meet me. And then I would see them at my shows, and it's like, okay, I kind of know you now.
Support. That is crazy.
And some fans I've met at least 4 or 5 times at this point, you know? And also, I can't stand when artists don't react like back to fans.
Go ahead.
Like when they show you so much love.
Come on. What is that?
And it's like,
I thought that was just a hip hop thing.
Who do you think you are?
I thought that was a
that
rap.
You don't see. But then you wonder why you don't have any comments on your video.
I've been around people who will literally in the studio post something and of a good name, and they would literally look, check this out, look who just commented, you know, and I'm like, you don't engage with them, but you're gonna show me that you're watching them.
It's an ego thing.
It is sad.
It's an ego thing. I try to answer every message and every comment, but it is a lot.
Absolutely.
I have to take at least an hour of my day every day to do that.
But I do it. Come on.
And like, that is why I don't really have to fish for engagement, because people know that it's literally me.
It's you.
Yeah, like engaging. And it helps me know who my fans are, what they truly like. I leak a lot of unreleased stuff on my Instagram, That's dope. It's like, it's almost market research for me too. Like, I want to know what they like. I am making music for myself, and I'm making music from a true place, but I also am making music so that people can relate to it. So I want to know that. But I just, even when artists have their DMs turned off, like you can't.
Yes.
I'm like,
it's. I know.
You got 20,000 followers. You can't.
Right. I know.
And half of them are bot.
I know.
We know. When your reels have 400 views, but you have 20,000 followers.
200,000. You're right. Come on.
And all you got is fire emojis under your comments.
It's real.
Under anonymous user 547.
WKS, right? Yeah. That's real, but you're right.
And
it's tough.
It's such an ego-based industry.
It is. It's tough.
And people, but what these artists aren't understanding, and I'm not trying to put down artists. I'm really not. It's just something I've noticed as I progress.
Yes.
That people love for their ego to be stroked, but they don't understand the fans, they are only there because of the fans.
Yes.
You're
nothing without.
Nothing. Literally nothing. So what are you?
Soon they stop engaging with you.
Right.
People don't understand that part.
No. And it's sad.
It is.
It's kind of like, again, it's like a relationship. Like,
absolutely.
Only when I need you. Hey, new song out.
Yes.
New song out.
That's right. You're right.
Like this, stream this. So I've been really good recently. I would say once I got on tour as well, of not asking too much of people. Like, I try not to be like, buy this ticket, go to this show. I try to just raise awareness, but I try not to like sell people, because it's like, if you want it, you will do it. They will do.
Absolutely. They will.
Yeah. And it's all about, again, them feeling like they know you.
That's so true.
You'll comment under your friend's video.
That is so true.
Yeah. So
without feeling pressure to or anything. That's right. That's right.
And again, like, people get turned off when it's too much of like salesman, Yes. And I don't really want to make music for that. No.
Real. Yeah. About 30 seconds of your time. I really appreciate your support. With every interview, my aim is to bring integrity and fun back to the culture. And I can't do it without you. If you're enjoying this episode, please hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, and hit the like button. It helps the algorithm. I appreciate you. Back to the interview. KELS, in a perfect world, what do you wish you had more time to do?
Travel.
Real.
Yeah. Still be singing, but just see more countries, meet more people, eat different food. I miss that a lot. I stopped doing that in COVID, obviously because of the pandemic, but also that's when I really started taking music seriously. But before that, I would just be...
Right, just gone.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I'm very nomadic, but this music has grounded me because I'm like, if I can't, that's why I went on the tour, because I'm like, it kind of helped my travel bug, but I also was doing
busy.
Yeah,
You're busy.
music. Like I was seeing the results.
Absolutely.
It wasn't like I was just traveling just for fun.
Were you able to write while you was on tour?
A lot of the time, yeah, it was just me.
Gotcha.
So it was just me driving my car everywhere.
Oh wow. Okay, I'm thinking it's KELS. You are
I
really...
set up my merch. I was selling my merch. I was on stage, get off stage, go to the merch.
Where do you get that fearlessness from? I know you mentioned your dad as far as, the entrepreneur spirit. Like, where do you think you get that from?
Honestly,
to where you're like
we would be like 3-4 years old. He'd have us doing like challenges on the playground. Like, if you can get from this monkey bar to this monkey bar in under 2 minutes, I'll give you $1. You know what I mean? That. But also, I grew up riding horses. Gotcha. So even from like age 7 through 16, because by the time I was 16, I like really didn't have a lot of time for it. I was jumping 4 feet on a horse, like falling off, 10 years old, getting back on the horse, crying, and my trainer's like, you better get on that horse.
Real.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I feel like a lot of that, it is that.
Dope.
Used to shovel their shit in their stalls to pay for my horse lessons.
So you've always been grinding.
Yes.
I love it.
I'm motivated by that for sure.
Does KELS ever see yourself married?
Yeah.
Real.
I'm very traditional. I'm not out here. I don't even be out.
I'm not even saying, KELS, I do my work.
And I go home.
And I go home and I
so music is so every day is different.
Yes.
But you never know, like you can never really plan for what's about to happen, good or bad. And a lot of times the bad things are for a reason.
Absolutely.
I feel like my home life and like my relationship, I always want that to be the consistency.
I love it.
Because the career in and of itself as an artist, there's going to be highs and lows all the time.
That's a fact.
You're going to either have albums out, you might not have anything out right now, and shit is quiet.
Yes.
So that aspect, I try to keep that very consistent.
Real. Respect.
Yeah,
Respect.
I don't be going out.
You really honed in. I love it. You're honed.
I don't drink anymore.
Sense.
I don't smoke anymore. I stopped all that when I went on tour because it's like I can't drink and then like be up driving at 5 a.m.
Absolutely.
You know?
You're right.
So it's just been something that I'm like, okay, if I'm going to do this, like every aspect of my life has to change.
Respect.
Yeah.
What do you think your proudest accomplishment is thus far?
I mean, we keep talking about the tour, but it has to be the tour because so many people told me not to do it. Wow. Like, I actually had a manager before the tour, and I was kind of throwing out the idea of like, what if I did, you know, all these cities and met these fans, and not even just her, but like a lot of people were like, that's dumb. Why would you do that right now? You don't have that much music out. I did have music out, but no one had heard it because I didn't have any fans yet. And I was like, so what better way to make fans than meet people where they're at? I felt like a politician.
You are ripped.
You know, I felt like a politician on the campaign trail.
Absolutely.
I really did. I felt like that. But I would say that because so many people allow all of those fears to be projected on them by like family, friends. And once someone starts doing that to me too much, we're done.
You separate.
We're done.
I love it.
Because
I love it.
You don't trust that I know I can do it?
I love it.
You know? Like, you don't trust that why would I be talking about all this? See, that's one thing I don't do is I don't talk about stuff I'm not gonna do.
That's daddy.
I don't. I don't.
That's pops.
And so,
I love it. Yeah.
But even the family, I mean, my dad too, like, I'm a woman going out doing these tours like by myself.
That's what I'm saying. I thought
and
it was
he's
a team,
like,
but you're right.
okay, you better have your peppers ready.
Absolutely.
I would have to call him when I got in the car, you know, all that. So, but no, nobody believed that I was actually going to do that. And I left before it was all planned. I was already on my tour, and then I would plan the next region.
Wow.
I'd be sending emails for the Midwest while I was in the Northeast, then to the South while I was in the Midwest, then to the West Coast.
Wow.
And then I went up to Canada.
And how long was this tour? You said 8?
So the first year in 2023, I did 8 months.
Wow.
The second year, which was 2024, I did 3 months.
Wow.
So I basically like retargeted those cities again in 2024, the bigger cities.
What do you have planned for 2025?
So releasing a single every other month until the fall.
Right.
EP in the fall, tour in the fall, live album in
Outta
the fall,
here.
something.
Real. Come on now.
Who
I
knows?
love it. You just
Who knows? Yeah.
But you're just being consistent. As long as
Hopefully music festivals, I've reached out to a few, but really also assembling a team that can help facilitate more so like the networking piece, because a lot of these larger entities, they don't want to talk to the artists.
Absolutely.
They want to talk to the team, and that's fine.
That's a fact.
I could tell you that I have pretended to be Eric.
Absolutely.
In an email.
That's right.
To get a response.
Absolutely.
You're my artist, KELS.
Absolutely.
This is Eric.
Right. That's right. It's
You would
real.
like to be booked for your
That's
festival.
right.
You know,
Right.
I've done it.
Absolutely.
I don't want to have to be fake Eric anymore.
That's right. It's real. I love it though.
You gotta pick a generic male name like Eric. Eric doesn't play.
That's good.
Eric has KELS' best interests in
I love
mind.
it. That's right.
That's
right. That's real. You
don't
have
to have a fake Eric
That's
anymore.
real.
Yeah.
How pleased are you with your grind right now? I know you mentioned your grind as far as scale 1 through 10.
Yeah.
How pleased with you that you're doing it your way?
I am, but I'm getting to a point where I'm like, okay, like this is inefficient now, because I do need to assemble like the creative side. Yeah.
Gotcha.
To just kind of really put fuel on the fire. Like
Gotcha.
right now I've got like a little spark, right? And now I need the gas.
Respect.
The gasoline to throw on there, and then I'll put the match at the end.
Real. I love that.
So
I love
I
that.
would say the team is really the missing piece. And I think even if I had a team, I wouldn't be grinding any less. I would just find those
Yes.
other pockets that still need work.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I would say content is everything now.
That's a fact.
And that is the one thing that I still don't really... I do it all DIY, but I think that is the one missing piece for me, because it will tell the story in a different way.
Absolutely.
You know,
Real.
people really
But you do
see
a
me
really
for
good job.
me.
Yes.
Which is great, but I also feel like I could open a whole different fan base if I was doing that traditional artist content as
Gotcha.
well.
Gotcha.
I don't think I need to stop what I'm already doing. I think I need to
add
just
to the piece.
so that
Absolutely.
people know, like, oh shit, she actually thought about this. And
Yes.
right now it's just like I'm on Canva, like,
Gotcha.
all right.
Yeah. right. We all are. It's not just you. That's
Right.
true. Absolutely.
But I would rather develop concepts
Yes.
a little more fully. But again,
Do you have a videographer that you work with in the name?
I'm just developing that relationship
Okay, for
right
sure,
now.
for
But
sure.
yes, I would say now, but the problem is time. Like,
Yes.
I don't have passive income, so like if I'm not cleaning houses, I'm not making money right
Gotcha.
now. So that is the piece that's really missing, is like I need to find a way to be able to take those days off, because I've tried to work and then do shoots. It works,
Yes.
but it's not my best foot
I know
forward,
what you're saying.
you know?
I understand.
And almost everything you've seen on there is either me at work, coming from work. This is also
coming from, but you're grinding. That's the
Yeah.
part where this story
Yeah.
is. I'm telling you, this story in real time. You go back 24 months from now. This is what we're
Yeah.
all a part of this story.
Exactly.
I'm telling you.
No, you're
for
right.
Sure, for
and
sure.
I think when I start to complain in my head, which I try not to, but when I start to, when I'm like, oh my God, I just want everything to stop for one day, I think about when I started, when I wanted just something to start.
Wow.
And
Absolutely.
nothing was starting. And I was just like, okay, what
And-
else can I do? And
yeah.
now it's like too much.
But
But now I'm asking for it to stop, and it's like I can't do that.
that's
you know?
like you're never content, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
You're hard on yourself, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
That is the creative mind goes 1,000 miles a minute, so.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Oh,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say I'm hard on myself where it matters, I would say.
Gotcha.
Because I meet a lot of artists, and I've seen a lot of artists who are bigger in documentaries talk about their perfectionists in the vocal booth or on stage and all of that. I've kind of learned to not be that in those instances, because I
Gotcha.
feel like that's what makes music, is it's human, it's not perfect. I'm not the
yes.
kind of artist that's gonna punch in every little line
Yes.
of every note. I'm just not. I will sing it 5 times through, the whole thing, and we can pick out pieces that are the best, and I'm not doing it again because that was a moment in time.
You mentioned that in a previous interview regarding, you're not the studio rat. You really prefer, you wish it was on stage live.
And it took me a long time to replicate how I sing live in the booth, because
I do understand 100%.
I'm a show off live.
100%.
I'm a show off live. So when I get in the booth, I try to replicate that, and it used to not come through. It does now, but
Gotcha.
yeah, I would just say that I'm a perfectionist where it counts.
Respect.
Not in those weird little
I know what you mean.
instances.
Definitely. Take us with you. Music off, driving down the highway. What's on your mind?
Whatever is next. I'm always thinking about whatever is next.
Respect.
I don't think about what happened. I don't. I can't. I used to.
It's called
I used
anxiety.
to ruminate. I don't. I can't.
Wow.
It really, I feel like people don't understand how much thinking about things that already happened affects them.
That's a fact.
Especially, you can't change it.
You can't. That's a
Whatever
skill.
video, whatever shit happened, like, you can't think about it. I do so many shoots, performances in a week that if I thought about every little thing, I wouldn't have any even juice left for any sort of creative thought. So I just don't.
Johnny Depp, you know, Pirates of the Caribbean, famously said, you know, once we're done shooting, we watch it with the whole team. I never watch the movie again. It's one of those things like, you know, like that was in the past.
I don't
I'll
listen to
never
my
watch it
music.
again. That's what I was getting. real. You just like,
It's done.
I put it out there for the universe.
Yeah.
I respect
And I
that.
do what I can to make sure the most people hear it in the time that I can. You know, a lot of artists release day, they have the music video ready, all the content ready. It's like, cool. I don't.
Wow.
It's gonna be like, this week I have this ready, this week I have this ready, and you're gonna get it in that order.
Real.
And you're gonna get it when you get it. Because a lot of my songs have popped off a year or two later.
Gotcha.
And that's fine to me.
That's the part where you're saying I'm hard on myself, but only where it matters.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
An old song is a new song to anybody that hasn't heard
That's so
it.
true. So true.
So many artists are like, oh, I already put that out. It's like, okay, but why can't you make a reel of it and just talk about how you wrote it or something like
Absolutely.
interesting about the song? So I try to just recycle
Respect.
while I'm waiting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Let me ask you this, KELS, when it's all said and done, what would you want for your legacy to be?
Just music with feeling. I feel like we have so much microwave music right now.
Absolutely.
I cannot stand it. I'm not gonna throw stones at anybody, but COVID really brought out
A different beast.
a different beast, and I'm not mad at it because it always ends the same. It's a year or two of buzz and then it's gone, so it's not my competition regardless.
Wow.
They're literally not in my lane.
Absolutely.
So I don't get mad at it. I know there's a lot of artists that get mad at it. It's just, I'm looking for my legacy to be music that brings back that feeling, because I think that a lot of artists kind of just got on the content train and they're on
Yes.
that 15
Second
second
of
loop,
fame. Absolutely.
viral moment thing,
Oh my goodness.
which is fine. Do that. I'm not interested. I'm gonna keep doing music that could have existed in the 70s and would have been
Absolutely.
acceptable, and it can exist in 2050 and will be acceptable. Timeless music.
Timeless music.
Yeah.
Drake
that's all
on
I
his
care
album, you know, he had a excerpt from one guy who was like, you know, only real music's gonna last. All that other bullshit is
Yes.
here today and gone tomorrow. You know.
And it's crazy, but the
Absolutely.
internet will show you that.
That's a fact.
Like, one artist will literally be all over, and then it will be, it won't matter how much marketing money they put behind it, it will not
Last.
continue. And again, I'm not gonna name any names, but I know
But
you
you know,
I
absolutely.
know. And I know you
Absolutely.
know who I'm talking about, because it's a cycle.
That's right.
And again, I don't even view those people in my lane at all.
They're not.
They're not, because that is a choice.
That's so
You took that choice.
Choice.
That's fine. I'm not saying they can't get back to.
right. No, but you are as good as what you're remembered for.
Yeah.
You're as good as what you remember for.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah. And the I think the gimmicky thing is hard for me. Yeah.
With integrity that you have, it's hard to go into that lane.
There's nothing wrong with an interesting image, but I don't ever want to be perceived as a gimmick.
Absolutely.
I want my image to be a part of my persona.
Absolutely.
And if I do that in a way that ruffles feathers, that's actually a good thing.
That's
But gimmick wise,
not here for that. Real. Let me ask you, love or respect? Which one means most to you?
I would say respect, because respect is love.
Go
Like,
ahead. I've
Yeah.
interviewed 155 people. 150 have said respect.
Really?
Absolutely.
They probably been in hard relationships.
Come on.
too.
Real. Absolutely. Like,
Respect shows how much you love someone, or at least value them. Like maybe we don't even use the word love because maybe we're talking about maybe we're talking about like a business relationship or something. But anything is really it's how you view that person, their time, their essence, whatever you want to call it. I would say respect shows how much you love somebody.
Real. I love this question because I get so many
I've never been asked that.
Yeah, like that. So many dope responses.
Love is so overused now.
Go ahead.
You know?
Go ahead.
And it's interesting that we always say love, like in a relationship. We never say I respect you.
Go ahead. Ooh.
But you know why I think we never say that? It's harder to back up.
Wow.
It's harder to back up saying I respect you. Because you can't just say that. Whenever you say, oh, I love you.
You saying something.
Oh, I love you. It's like, oh, my eyes, my smile, my personality. But if you say I respect you, there's action behind it. And it's like, oh, people won't be able to back that up.
Saying so. I love it. What about time or money? Which one means most to you?
You know I want to say money right now.
Trying to get fucking out of here. This is the integrity response, right? That's right.
Right. I'm going to say time, though, because anything that matters, anything that's meaningful takes time.
That's a fact.
If you don't have the time, you can't build anything meaningful.
That's so true.
I think the most happy people are the people that took a long time to get what they wanted. And the people that seem more unhappy with their success just got money thrown at them too early.
Wow.
And too quickly. Or they might have imposter syndrome, which I will never freaking have. Because I can see what I did to get there.
And you're so vulnerable online too, like in a sense of you, man, that transparency goes a long way. People are watching, you were watching in real time your come up.
Yeah.
And a lot of people like to, as if they're already at the Grammys and putting on, but.
Put in the cart before the horse or whatever.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's real.
No,
absolutely.
Sure. I've never been asked those.
Real. Let me ask you this. Country, city, or suburb, when it's all said and done, where will you retire?
City.
You said that fast.
Yeah.
Wow. Gotcha.
I just hate, I don't like having a car. I don't. I was asked one time, what's your dream car? I said, I don't dream of cars. I will be driven everywhere.
I love it. That's real.
I'm serious though.
Real, right.
I don't like it. I don't like having to, like right now, the amount of times I get in and out and in and out of the car. I like a city because first of all, I'm not social, but I like people around me.
Yes, I understand what you mean. I'm an introvert, but let me see this canvas.
And it's a quality of life thing. Like I don't want to be reliant on a car. I don't want to have to worry about 4 hours of traffic when I get done with whatever I'm doing, you know? I'd rather just be free to go as I please, bike, train, whatever I got to do. No. I love the country though.
Yes.
No, suburbs never.
Never the suburb.
No.
I
need the culture.
For sure.
I need the little pockets of a city that have different cultures, different foods, even just different ways of life.
Real.
And I go to certain countries to just like detach, you know? I haven't been able to do that in so long. But
what was your favorite country been to? Or can you even say favorite?
Turkey.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's so different. Europe, because it's so traveled, has kind of become an extension of not the US. I don't know how to describe it.
Right.
There is still like pockets that aren't touched. You know,
gotcha. Like
every country has that.
Absolutely.
But Turkey, I don't know. It just felt so authentic. Like they weren't necessarily trying to play to the tourists. Like there was obviously like tourist things to do. But it was just very like, this is our country, this is our culture, this is what we have. You can partake.
Yep.
Or not.
Or not. Take it or leave it. This is who we are.
But I prefer that to.
Trying to sell.
We'll make sure that there's hamburgers for you guys.
Yes, absolutely. Like you said, try to oversell.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
I don't want to be. I don't want to be catered to. I don't like that.
I came here to get away from that. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I would say, like, now that I am getting a little bit of traction, people do treat me a little bit differently, and I hate it.
Gotcha.
Like, I would rather, like, you just not try to make me feel special.
Right.
I don't want to feel special.
Yes,
like, I just want to talk and hang out.
Yes.
You know, like, can I just have a minute of your time?
Right,
like,
yes.
Bitch, I am not Mariah Carey yet.
Right,
like, you please don't even do that. Like, you're making
My
me.
green M&Ms right here. Right?
Yeah, like, don't even
That's
do that.
right,
I don't know
absolutely.
what about me makes them think that I'm just gonna be like, oh.
But
I don't like formalities.
gotcha.
No, don't.
Real.
No.
This is a new question I'm asking. Legacy or happiness? Which one mean most to you?
That's really hard.
That is.
You have to be happy with your legacy, you know? I'm still gonna say legacy though, because it matters what you put into the world.
Absolutely.
Happiness it's not selfish. I wouldn't say it's selfish because people should be happy. I feel like people do evil things when they're not happy.
Wow.
But I will say legacy because it matters what you leave here.
That's a fact.
So
Real. I love that.
maybe I'll be a unhappy legacy maker. Who knows?
Right.
We don't know.
Put it in the music right now. That's real.
Exactly.
That's real. Absolutely.
Exactly.
KELS, with $100 million in your bank account tomorrow morning, what changes about you?
Nothing.
Real. I knew you would say
I'm gonna
that.
buy sushi though.
Absolutely. So the best of it. Right.
I've been eating so much bad sushi because I can't afford it. I can't afford the good stuff.
Right.
You know, I already know my first meal.
Yes.
I try to buy food out that I don't make at home.
Gotcha.
And it's usually sushi.
Yes.
Like, I'm not gonna.
Who's not going to let's go.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
What's
like
your favorite type? Do you have a certain ones that you like?
I love like the fatty tuna or like
Gotcha.
the fatty salmon.
Okay.
With like the avocado. I know you're not supposed to put avocado on it. That's like
No,
an
that's-
American thing,
no.
but some good fish.
Absolutely.
Like simple.
Good to go.
Has to
Mine's
have
a
rice
spicy-
on it though.
Yes, mine's a spicy tuna roll. That's my favorite.
Spicy,
tuna
yes.
roll.
I love like fresh wasabi, but like I said, my budget tier right now,
That was so
can't buy
expensive.
the-
It is.
can't
So it's the
buy
good
what I
stuff.
want.
Absolutely, that's real.
that's the only
You're
thing
gonna
that would
remember
change.
this. But you're gonna remember this,
Is that
man.
I'm-
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
it's gonna be amazing to see this
Yeah.
transition for sure.
I'm gonna be like, oh, sushi again.
right. Come on, where's the burgers right now? That's real.
Right.
That's real. KELS,
Yeah.
it's been a pleasure, sis. It's been
Thank
a pleasure.
you.
I appreciate you coming
Yeah,
today.
of
We definitely got to
course.
do this again.
Yeah.
So for the fans, before we get out of here, everything you have coming up in 2025 for the new supporters watching, what can they expect in first and second quarter?
Just a bunch of releases. So every other month,
For
I'll
sure.
have a new song out.
For sure. That's it.
So,
That's how we doing
yeah.
it.
If you
Definitely.
follow me on Instagram, finding KELS, you'll see all the little snippets.
Respect.
Yeah.
Dope. KELS, as tradition on the integrity response, if you can reach to that bowl, grab one fortune cookie, open it, and read it to your supporters, and just like that, we out of here.
Okay. Oh, wrong side. Oh my gosh. Okay. Your hobby will teach you the importance of setting and achieving goals.
Wow.
Take your
Wow.
hobby serious.
Come on. Ain't that so?
That's literally like what we all talked about.
That's real.
I knew that
love
would
it.
happen. And then on
I
the back,
love it.
it says juice. In Chinese is guo.
Wow. I love it. I love it, KELS. That's so dope. So dope. I love it.
I was trying to see. Okay, my lucky number is on here, 29.
Come on. KELS. All right.
This is
now.
my life,
Come
you
on.
know what I'm saying?
That's real. What did 29? Why is that your lucky
I was
number?
born on the 29th,
Come
but I
on.
also just, I don't know. I just
That's
love
just
that
a
number.
nice number.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
real.
It's comfortable.
Absolutely. Mine is
My
19.
release was on the 29th.
Dope.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yours is 19?
19. Yep. I love it. I love it. What month were you born in?
November.
November 29th. Gotcha. I'm December 19th. Okay, that's
Are
what's
you
up.
still a Sagittarius?
I am a Sagittarius. Yes, I am. That's what's up, KELS. That's dope.
Unfortunately,
That's
we're
dope.
both
Right,
Sagittarius.
right. Fortunately. Right. KELS, it's been a pleasure.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate you. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Integrity Response, KELS, finding KELS. Y'all stand by for everything she's doing, everything she's about to do. This is one of those. You will see this lady at the top eating sushi. We are still all right now. Appreciate you, KELS.
Thank
That's
you.
what's up. Signing out.